Hello guys, my name is Shantanu Vyas. Welcome back to Sports Angle. Hope you are having a good time watching the IPL, enjoying it. I mean, it was a few whirlwind of good matches, and I think it took some time for the tournament to have its pace, but it's the IPL and it's going to be really interesting and very intriguing to watch going ahead. I'm going to be rooting for Mumbai Indians. Drop in the comments below who is your favorite team and who do you think might take away IPL 2021. Now, I'm not here to talk about the IPL. I'm clearly here to talk about what is being talked about more than the IPL. And yes, the enigma of the player is such that can happen. And that is none other than Virat Kohli and what is going around the captaincy part of it. He stepped down as the T20 international captain of India, and he has subsequently also stepped down as the captain for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now, there are a lot of gossip going on as to why he's done it and what are his reasons. I'm not here to speculate that. I'm just here to tell you how his journey has been as captain in both his steads. So, without wasting much time, let's have a look into it. Now, as you're all aware, Virat Kohli stepped down as the T20 international captain for India and the captain for the RCB last week. Now, let me just clarify on that. That doesn't mean Virat Kohli is not going to be the captain in the upcoming World Cup. He will be. He'll be stepping down as the captain after the World Cup has ended. Subsequently, even the same applies to RCB, is after this IPL, he will step down as captain. And he's also clearly stated that for RCB, he will never leave RCB and he's open to being retained as long as the franchise are happy with him, which I don't think so is a question. They are clearly happy with him. And, he cited reasons such as, workload for playing all those three formats for continuously for 5 to 6 years. And I don't blame him because, their schedules are so hectic and everything has to be sorted out so perfectly. And, the expectations of the fans have to be sought after. So a lot of things go around that. But we are not here to talk about what he is going to do or what he has to do or something like that. That's a great player, Virat Kohli. I'm pretty sure he knows at the back of his mind why he has taken this decision. And as fans, I think we should respect it. That's my opinion on it. But here, we should talk about his story and his journey as a captain. Now, as for India, I can say that, he started his journey in 2016 as captain. He's played 45 matches as captain and has made sure India won 27 of them. Now that's a healthy rate of a 65% win percentage. At the same time, we have also seen key highlights, of us winning down under in New Zealand 5-0. That was an emphatic victory. We have also seen T20 series win in England, South Africa and Australia. Now these are real hard places to go and win cricket matches, and Virat Kohli has made it happen. I wouldn't deem it as impossible, but it was a very difficult place to win, and he's made us believe that with resilience and with grit and with good and smart tactics, you can win in these places irrespective of the formats. Now what's important to here discuss is his record. He's the top scorer for India in terms of T20s. He scored 3,159 runs. His top score is 94 and he has a healthy average of 52.65. Now, wow, if a player has an average of 52, that just means in every match he's scoring a 50. That's emphatic. That's what Virat Kohli makes you believe in. He's God, he's machine. Every time he goes out there on the pitch, you expect 100 from him. You expect a 50 from him. You expect him to take the team the distance and get that win. Now, this has obviously been seen longer by a certain set of fans of the Royal Challengers of Bangalore. Now, his captaincy record is, I wouldn't say contrasting, but it's somewhere on the same lines. He's obviously captained more matches. He's captained 132 matches, winning 62 of them. That's a healthy win percentage of 47%, which is in the IPL a fair decent amount. A key highlight of his RCB captainship is that he made them reach the final in the 2016 season, where he was an absolute run machine, scoring 973 runs and scoring 400s in that year's IPL. Now, if we talk about his total batting stats out there, he scored around 4,674 runs with an average of 47.1, with 38 50s and with 500s. Now, these are the mammoth statistics which Virat Kohli possesses, and one can only bow down and respect it. However, the most important thing is that he has not won the IPL yet. Yes, he's not won it, and it's really difficult to believe that despite having the best stats in the IPL as a batsman, he hasn't had his hand set on that Golden Cup yet. But I don't believe if it's a matter of how or what. I think it's a matter of when, and patience is a virtue. So I do believe he's had his time, and maybe this year, if there's that extra bit of motivation for RCB, they should go and get it. Now, I don't want to be speculating too much, but I also do want to give my opinion as to why he would have done this in terms of a very technical understanding. So I hope you guys, understand what I'm trying to say, and I'm not trying to have a bias here, and so and so. But what I feel is like why he would have given up his captaincy is, see, he's done a great job, starting from the ODI setup to the test setup and to the T20 setup. He's made us believe that, in impossible situations, you can extract out a win and you can extract out a best possible result in that particular scenario. Now, he's obviously amped up the fitness levels of the team. There have been yo-yo tests instilled. Players are looking after themselves like, never before. And these are good team cultures which have been instilled by him. But at the same time, many people like to measure his career through a lot of trophies and accolades and stuff like that. But I do believe he's had substantial amount of it, by winning in in Australia, by winning in New Zealand, by winning in England. Then the reason why I would feel is obviously, I think the major reason why I feel is the major workload, and obviously the pressure which comes with it. We live in a country where there are around 1.3 billion people. They will have 5.2 billion opinions. So it's very difficult to satisfy everybody, but at the same time he's managed to keep it within him. So I do believe that every time he's expected to have delivered, he has. And sometimes he has not been in the right frame of mind, but he's still gone out there and given it his 100%. So these are the things you have to respect as a player. Now, why I feel he would have stepped down from his IPL captaincy is again for the same reason. Captaincy is not like a straightforward, you walk out to, just have a nice chat or at the toss and you come back and you tell the boys what to do. It's a lot of active thinking, and, in cricket, a captain has a lot of responsibilities on themselves, starting from, if you're a batsman, you have to lead from the front in scoring runs. You have to make sure you're making the right decisions at the right time. You have to think out of the box in particular pressure situations where, it's a final or if it's a playoff, and IPL pressure is nothing less than an international match, pressure. It's more over the same. And, he has a lot of stalwarts around him, who help him, but sometimes his pressure gets fixated on Kohli because of the mega player he is. But at the same time, I do believe that, this will do good for him in certain ways, in the sense that we will see a much more free Kohli, in the T20 internationals for India and for RCB as well. We'll see him leading. He doesn't need to be captain to lead. He's a national leader. He will guide the youngsters. He will make sure that the bowlers are not taking too much pressure in certain situations, and he will share his expertise and his experience going further. And he will also make sure that the captain who is there instead of him, both for India and for RCB, will not have a transition issue, will not have a friction with him, and he'll make sure that that person uses his tools accordingly and in the way they want to play cricket. Now, some people have said that the T20 Indian captaincy will be given to Rohit Sharma, and RCB, there are like a number of possibilities. Now, before this mega auction for IPL, let's see what are their options going to be, because I don't believe they have straightforward options. To replace a Kohli, you need to be having good options, someone who is really good and well versed with T20 captaincy internationally. AB de Villiers is a name which is thrown in the mix, but there's also an argument saying that he's not played international cricket in a long time, and will he be able to handle that kind of international captainship pressure, because IPL, again, as I said, is not some domestic tournament. It comes with a lot of roles, responsibilities, and you have a huge pool of talent from which you have to pick out your right combination and play high intense cricket for 2.5 months. So that's about Kohli. I do believe that we should respect as fans as to what he has done, cherish his moments. He has been phenomenal for India, and it's not like he's retiring. He's still going to be out there playing for India, bleeding blue. The intensity he is going to be showing. He's still going